Good morning. It is Wednesday today, and we are going to be covering some Disney news. Unfortunately, it's not super wonderful news, but nevertheless, we're going to cover it. I am drinking my tea. I need soothing tea because I am a little bit sad about the news that I'm hearing about Disney World and Disney in general, okay? The mug that I have today is my Alice in Wonderland mug. I bought this mug a while ago and it has really increased in value, and so I'm very careful with it, but it says we're all mad here. I love it. I'm drinking my lavender and chamomile tea as we get ready to report the news. For those of you who are new, I am Barika, one of the three Copestateers, and I'm happy that you have joined me today for this somber news that we're getting ready to cover. Please, at any time, go ahead and leave me some comments. If this is your first time, I just want to say welcome. Please do not let it be your last time. You may come as a guest, but you will certainly leave as a friend. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification and set it to all so you're always notified every time a video is posted. And at the end of this video, if you like the information, how it was given, because I know we're not gonna like the information because it's sad information, but if it was informative, go ahead and hit the like, okay? So, and thank you in advance for those subscriptions, likes, and comments, okay? So grab your favorite snack, get comfy, because we are getting ready to talk Disney news, all right? So this morning I wake up and there's so many different articles up about the full list of all recent Disney World entertainment layoffs, and they have taken away pretty much all of the entertainment, okay? I'm gonna read to you the layoffs, but before I do, I just wanna say, I was doing some research about Disney World and normally every year before the fiscal year, they kind of go through their shows and their entertainment, and you will have some layoffs, right? So just to let you know what I'm talking about. So last year, cuts in October were the Muppets, Pixar, and dance parties. And so let me just give you a little bit in that. Okay, so it says that the Muppets Presents Great Moments in American History was cut, and Royal Majesty Makers was cut. Move It, Shake It, Dance, and Play It was reduced to 2 shows a day last year. And then, let me tell you what else Disney. Okay, then they also had Disney's Hollywood Studios, DJ Ready, Set, Party Time, and The Incredibles at Pixar ceased performances. And there was some other things that was cut last year. So I just said that to say, every year you see some cuts. But with COVID and everything that's going on within the company, we're hearing rumors of cast members wanting to come back, entertainment cast members wanted to come back, but the union and Disney couldn't come to an agreement, so they were halted to come back. So this morning, we get the full list of what has been cut. So we now have Citizens of Hollywood that is gone. We have Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor is gone. We have Festivals of the Lion King. Now that right there if nothing else, just hearing the Festival of the Lion King, which is a super popular show, people love it. It's like up there with Broadway quality. Just hearing that is gone. It's crazy, okay? That's crazy, okay? It's gone, okay? Finding Nemo, the musical, is gone. Hoop-Dee-Doo review. This one, I've been reading some of the comments on Facebook, and people are just shocked by this one because it has been around since the park opened. Somebody says the news about Hoop-Dee-Doo, Festival of the Lion King, and Finding Nemo workers being laid off hurts. Don't think this is over yet either. So sad. I mean, Beauty and the Beast live on stage is gone. Citizens of Main Street is gone. The list goes on. I'm not even done. I wish I was done, but I'm not done. You got the Indiana Jones Spectacular. You got the Pandora merch suits. They're gone. Hold on, I'm still not done. You see how sad this is? I mean, these are tons of jobs just gone. Disney Junior Live is gone. Green Army Man is gone, you guys. Green Army Man is gone. And Toy Story. Jedi Training Show is gone. Move It, Shake It, Mouse Dance It, Street Party is gone. Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair is gone. Turtle Talk with Crush is gone. Everybody is like, what is left? Okay, what is left? Now, when you think of Disney, you think of the magic. These shows help to create the magic. The fireworks help to create the magic. My heart goes out to these cast members who helped to create the magic, but also okay, let me just say this. I know Disney has to stay afloat, so I'm not being hard on them. It's just that these layoffs help to bring it to realization in your mind that things are just not the same in our country. Is crazy. And then you have things like these just bring you back to reality, because of course we like to live in these bubbles and you want to be encouraged, but when you see this happening every time you turn around, it's like, man, okay, it's just so sad. And then you have as far as California goes, there's a headline that says California Governor Gavin Newsom won't budge on theme park reopening rules, refuses to say the word Disneyland when asked about Anaheim Park. So we have no clue on when Disneyland California is going to be opening. And so when you think about the Disney parks and how the park, Disneyland is not open, then they got to make all these layoffs. The park is bringing in money, okay, because people are still going and people are still shopping online. But we lost these shows, the fireworks. You lost Disneyland California is not open. Disney stores are closing. You have the Disney cruise lines still not running. So there is just a lot of loss, okay? So it makes sense that if Disney is trying to stay afloat, that they have to do some take drastic measures. All I can say is I would not want to be. Sometimes we want to be flies on the walls, but I would not want to be a fly on the wall in those meetings where they have to, discuss these cuts and layoffs. I can just imagine it's so intense, and it's supposed to be such a happy and magical place and a magical experience. And I know normally, you know, we had Imagineers that was laid off and things like that. So normally you're talking about where people are happy to go to work and things are magical and wonderful. And now everything is just so confusing. So if you plan on going to Disney World, you know, just know that there has been some major changes, and some of the things that you knew and loved are no longer there. So we don't like when things happen like this, but unfortunately, if the company is gonna stay open and keep its doors open, like I know we get optimistic, like Disney is not closing. And I think 2020 has showed us that anything can happen. And so as a person that's invested in Disney, especially like I'm a Disney Vacation Club member, where I have invested thousands of dollars into property for 60 something years, like you want to hope that you will even be able to take advantage of that. So I appreciate, while I know it's very hard, and I just want to say, while I know it's very hard that they're having to make these cuts, we don't want the parks to close in general. So anytime companies are under stress, you know, just normally in a regular year, like I said, they make cuts for the fiscal year to get prepared for the new year, to make sure that they're balancing and checking. But this is something far beyond that. This is again due to COVID, where you have workers not coming back and Union and Disney not agreeing. So it's like, how long can you keep these shows on the roster if the people are not even working? So with that being said, normally about the spring, they bring some new shows. So we're just gonna have to wait to see what they are gonna bring. I'm positive that Disney will bring something magical to the parks, because again, if they do not bring something magical to the parks to like fill in these gaps, where these shows tugged on people's heartstrings and kept them coming through the doors, then you will have people saying, you know, I'm not going to spend that much money to get into the parks if there's nothing for me to do but ride. Because right now, we do have the cavalcades, things like that, but nothing where, you know, these experiences help with the imagination and sucking you into the world of Disneyland and Disney World. So, and then not to mention, what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They didn't have the Not So Scary. They're not having the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas. So these things are just, it's really hard to report. I'm telling you, like, I'm really struggling here, because I was just watching a video on YouTube where this gentleman went to the parks last year to check out the last running of some of these shows. And it was sad to watch them perform their last show. They're saying, you know, this is our last, and we really enjoy being part of the Disney magic. And I had tears welling up in my eyes, because it's sad. Like, these people love their job. They've been with the company, they believe in the company. And then when situations like this happen, you know, it's very unfortunate to see. And so when the cast member was saying, you know, we're sad, this is our last time, but we've been so blessed to, you know, come here again and again and perform for you. And then the cut, you know, the guests, they were sad. It's just sad. Like, this is so sad. So, I mean, you never thought you'd see the day. I mean, because Disney has been running and functioning since I was a kid, and I've never seen anything like this before. So it's just very difficult. So with that being said, I want to just share some information that on Facebook there is a page called the Cast Member Pantry. I do plan to donate some money to this charity organization where they are helping cast members out. And I think this is just for the Walt Disney World. I have to find out if there is one for the Disneyland cast members, but the website is www.castmemberpantry.com. And you can contact them and see how you can help with this, how you can donate money to them. So there's other ones too, like Magic for Magic Makers. So it's just, wow, it breaks my heart. I'm telling you, it breaks my heart because it's different when people just do not value a job and something happens and maybe they weren't doing their best work and or maybe they just hated the job and wanted to be gone anyway. But these people literally love what they do. Like when Elisa and I went to the Disney store, and you can find the video in our videos where it says we finally got to go back to our Disney store. It reopened. When we went in there and just to see how happy they were to reopen, and they were so kind and loving to Elise as she was interviewing them and asking them did they love their jobs, and they were like, absolutely, I love my job and this is why, and they were just taking the time to talk to her. And then to find out 2 weeks later those people were no longer employed there because the store had closed down. When I got there, I was literally devastated and tears were flowing down my eyes because it was more than just, oh, I can't get my Disney merch. I mean, I enjoy going there and escaping reality and having a great time, but just to know that we had the connection with those people 2 weeks ago who absolutely loved their jobs and then they didn't have them anymore, it just was so heartbreaking.
Okay, so I was gonna interview you.
Yeah, what's going on?
So how do you like this job?
Oh, I love it. It's just a magical job.
But what if this was in Walt Disney World and you got free trips at Disney?
I would lose my mind. I would be so happy and just surprised, and I'd be there all the time eating all the churros and pretzels and buying a whole bunch of Mickey Mouse ears. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So, I'm just going to read a couple of comments on what people have to say this morning about the entertainment cuts. It's so sad. It's so, very sad. Let me know your thoughts too. What did you think about it? What was your favorite show? Yeah, it's so sad. I mean, just heartbreaking. Like, I don't know how many times I can say that because it's like, what do you say to this? What do you say to this? I don't know. So someone says, it's sad to hear about this. The entertainment industry has had the worst impact of the pandemic. It's just not Disney, but Broadway as well. So very true. Somebody says, won't be renewing my pass at the end of the month. I'll wait until things are normal, but will it ever be normal? We don't know. It's just isn't worth the money right now, even if they did lower the prices. Thoughts and prayers to all those affected. Someone says, this is just bad news all around. What I don't understand is how can Disney expect to attract even a limited capacity crowd if the attractions with the layoff cast members are closed? This is an addition to everything else that has been temporarily closed or adjusted. Fireworks, character meet and greets, reduced hours, no dining plans. At some point, I would think they would just need to adjust the admission price to reflect what guests are actually able to experience. And that is true. Disney is going to have to do something because people are not going to continue to, go and pay these prices. Now, one thing I was happy is that just recently they had a 35% off sale on their hotels. And I think they are trying to do what they can because you got to cut the cost for the experience. So somebody says, they haven't worked in 7 months. What's the difference now? Someone else says, this really hurts my heart for everyone. Somebody says, thanks, government. And someone says, no reason to go if there is no Disney magic. And this is what brought Disney magic. Someone says, no Jedi training. Like, it's so sad. Yeah. Someone says Indiana Jones is on the list. It's so sad. So, this is what's out there. What is Disney going to do? Are they going to lower the prices and bring the cost down for the experience? Because right now, let's see, Disney World tickets prices. Let's just go into the ticket price while we're here. Let's talk about it. Because if the ticket prices are still astronomically high, but you've lost all the benefits and the magic of going, it's not going to be able to, not for just going there and getting on rides and maybe seeing a couple cavalcades. So yeah, the ticket costs are $125. That's for a 1-day ticket. Or they say a standard theme park ticket in 2021. It looks like, this is on their site. So a standard ticket in 2020 is $125, but it looks like in 2021 they're gonna drop down to $109. But is that even low enough? See, it says $109 for 2021, but is that even low enough to draw in the magic? I think it's gonna have to go down more than that, and I hate to say that because those ticket prices are gonna help sustain the parks to keep them open, but I just am wondering if people will still, pay that. No, so then I asked myself that, would I pay that? I would pay that because I definitely do not want to see Disney close their doors. If the way I could help would be to purchase a park ticket to go and, get on rides and do what I can to help keep the company afloat until things are better, I would be willing to do that. But is everybody going to be willing to do that? And I think that's the question that we all have to ask ourselves at the end of the day. Has Disney delivered enough? Because it's kind of like, I don't want to say people are crucifying them, but we have to realize Disney didn't cause this pandemic. So it's like, when you think about all the magic and the memories and the things that they have invested in our lives over the years, are we going to rally up behind them and help to keep the company afloat? Or are we going to turn our backs on them? And I hope people don't get upset about that, because I do understand about the cast members. But maybe if we help to rally behind the park and keep them afloat, then the cast members can come back someday when things get more normalized. I can't say back to normal because I don't know what back to normal looks like, but more normalized, maybe they would have an opportunity to reapply and come back. So what are your thoughts about that? Do you think people should just say, well, I'm not going because I don't want to, I'm not going to go and get nothing? Or do you think people should think about all the magic, all the memories, all the investments in the, because again, and this is the reason why I'm saying that, because when in my local area, right, there's some restaurants that have been open. I know it's not the same thing as theme park, but I'm just saying there's been some businesses that have been open for a long time. And so now with the pandemic hitting them, it's not their fault the pandemic hit them. It's not their fault they had to change the way things were ran in their business or make cuts or different things. But I do hear people in the communities putting out posts saying, hey, let's rally around this business and do what we can to help keep them afloat during this time. So do you think that Disney fans, it's kind of like the sports team where when they're winning, everybody's like, yeah, that's my team. And then when they're losing or things doesn't look as magical, now people are saying, I'm not fooling with you. What do you think? What should we do? Should we rally up behind them? which is what I'm gonna do, and I encourage you guys to do that, because if Disney was to close their doors, God forbid, we would all be devastated and things would not be the same. And we have found that Disney World and Disneyland are pillars in that community that has kept other businesses afloat. So it's not just about Disney, but Disney has made a huge impact on the business down the street, in that whole area, non-Disney businesses. So it just gives us something to think about, okay? Thank you for taking the time to watch this video with me. I wish it was a more happier video, but nonetheless, I wanted to get up and get this conversation going and see what your thoughts were about it. I am still looking forward to my Walt Disney World trip. When I booked, I knew that it was not going to be the same, yet somehow I feel like me going and taking Elise and us booking the hotel and getting the tickets, I know that it is helping in some sort of way, because I'm a business owner and maybe my business hasn't been running to full capacity like it was, but I am still getting a good amount of business in. People are still thinking about me. They are still rallying around to support the SweetLife Small Shop. So I am just, I know Disney's not a small shop. I'm just trying to be careful with my words, because I know how you guys can be sometimes. I am just saying, we have claimed ourselves to be Disney fans. Are we going to be the tried and true fans in the good times and the bad times? Or are we going to be the fair weather fans that when things get hard, then we just dissipate, okay? My daddy has this saying, that says, I dare not travel in ships that are slow or with men who are fearful, for I intend to go into harm's way. And I think that Disney is intending to go into harm's way because they are trying to keep the magic going so that we can have amazing times with our family and friends in the future. And so, this is the crossroad. Fair weather fan or tried and true, all right? Thank you. Remember to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the little bell notification and set it to always, so that you're always notified about any content that we put out. Make sure that you hit like if the information was informative. Go out and do more research on your own so that you can, just stay abreast. I am praying for all of the Disney cast members and their families who were affected by these great losses, because it is not a wonderful thing to experience layoffs in a time where many companies are experiencing layoffs, and it's very hard to find work or to sustain your family in these times. So I am praying for them. Please do not forget about the cast member pantry. And if I find out any information about a cast member organization to help cast members from Disneyland, I will make sure to put that information out, okay? Thank you. Remember, the sweet life is the right life, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.